I'm going to show you guys another speech exploit that'll let you level up your speech super fast in this game. So this time we can do it without losing reputation, which is the big thing. I know a lot of people weren't happy about that in the other one. I've also refined the strategies for this a little bit in order to make it as fast as possible all the way to level 30, where some of the other stuff I showed wouldn't get you level 30. I didn't know at the time. So this is going to be like the ultimate speech farming exploit video, and I'm going to show you everything you need to do in order to do it as fast as possible and get however high you want to get it as early as you want it. So in order to be able to do any of this stuff, what we're going to have to do is be able to control our charisma. So in order to do that, we want to go to this area, which is in Troskowitz. It's the Taylor. If you're past Troskowitz, you can find your own setup for this and find your own characters, but we're doing all this stuff in the Trotsky region. So this place, what we can do is we can buy things, we could rob this place, we could kill this guy. The main thing is we need some fancy noble clothes, ideally the best stuff that he's got. Usually the best stuff's in that chest. So it's up to you whether you want to steal, rob, kill, or whatever. You can also at nighttime break into the house across the street, and in the room to the left over here, there's going to be people sleeping in that bed back there. You can pickpocket the man in the bed. It's that guy. He'll have the key, and then you can come here at night and steal all the stuff. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do that. Anyway, once you have the gear, you'll have things like this cap, or you'll have the burger code, or Noble Gambison. All you're going to do is on the left, you'll see on the stats on the left, there's charisma. If I put this on, I lose 2 charisma, for example. If I take this off, before I put it on, I'll gain 2 charisma. So you can go through and put on the best charisma stuff that you can possibly get to start off, just to get yourself a baseline. And then also later on, you'll be able to go through your skills and through your stats. I don't remember where everything's at, but I know there's things to increase your charisma under circumstances. Oh, you're in town, now you have more charisma, etc., etc. You can get those as well as you level up. But also, you got to be careful not getting... You don't want to be careful getting too much, because you can always take off armor, but if your charisma's too high, you won't get XP. So the way this is going to work is that we need to get some kind of speech skill check that we can just barely pass. And the closer we can get to failing but still passing, the better. Another thing you can do for charisma is you can actually go to the apothecary, and you can either buy perfumes, or you can get the recipe for the perfumes. You can use those as well, like the Mintha perfume. If you need a little bit more for something we're going to do at the end, the one that we saw at the end, they're going to be under the other tab somewhere in here. We got Menthra perfumes. If you craft your own, you can make them different qualities and things. Once you have charisma, you have all this stuff, you can start off depending on where your speech level is. So right now, I'm over here, and there's a cemetery over here, which is a great place to start if your speech is low, because you're going to need a lot of charisma for the guy that I showed you at the end. But for now, we can go here when your speech is low, because once your speech is high, your charisma will be too high, and then you won't be able to get any XP. So what you're going to do is you're going to go here, and there's a few different ways to play it. So there's a man here. It's Gravedigger Ignatius or whatever. And there's also a woman who either lives here or visits here. Now, if she's too much of a problem, you can either kill her or do something with her, knock her out, carry her away, whatever you think. But then what you're going to do is you're going to go to this guy when no one else is around, and you're going to punch him, and then you're going to immediately hold L1 and then press A to surrender. Whatever it says on mouse and keyboard, it'll pop up the controls for you. And then afterwards, what you're going to do here is you have all these skill checks, okay? And you can see this one uses the mouth icon, the heart icon, and the skull icon, okay? Well, what you're going to want to do, and if your lower speech, you can't do this guy if you're higher speech. You don't get any XP because you're too high level. But if you are like speech level 10, level 6, level 12, and you have low enough charisma and stuff, you can pick whichever one of these is going to be like the worst one. And if you fail, that's fine. Bring some money with you, because if you do it and you fail, then just pay him compensation so you can try again, okay? And you're going to keep on doing this. So say that, that didn't work, then I could do it again, and then I can try the other one or something like that, okay? And then the other thing you can have is if it's too easy, like you go to do it, and you go check. What you should do is after each one, check your speech, and say 488's current XP. Okay, punch him, do this, ask for forgiveness, okay? And then go over here, look at speech again. I'm still 488. And in my case, it's because my level is so high in this stuff that it's so obvious that I'm going to pass the skill check, I can't get XP. Now, if you're like speech level 10, for example, you can get your skill low enough to be able to, fail these skill checks. So all you got to do is go to your inventory and start taking off pieces of this armor that give you charisma. So or just take off all of them and then add on pieces, whatever. You're trying to find just the right amount of pieces to be able to go to this guy and just barely pass the skill check, okay? You want to be able to pass it by, 1 charisma, you know, like, or 2 charisma. You want to be just barely high enough to pass the skill check. So you're going to find out whatever that value is. I don't know what it is for this guy because by the time I found him, I was way too high level of speech to even be able to test it. But then once you get right up on it and you get to where it's just barely passing, then every time you do this, you're going to get like 30 XP or something to this, or 15, 20, 30, something like that. And then once you do that, you can start the cycle of punching, asking for forgiveness, whichever one it is that's going to be the barely pass, then punch him again, and then ask for forgiveness. And because this guy is alone, as long as you don't let him run away, as long as you always get his forgiveness, he's never going to tell anyone. At least from the testing I did. And I could be wrong. Maybe there's some way that I didn't test long enough and didn't see it long enough. But when I tested on one of my old save files, I did this like 20 times, and these places didn't hate me. So maybe it was just going slow, but I don't know. You guys have to find out for me. I'm pretty sure it works, though, but don't be mad at me if it doesn't. Or I guess be mad at me. It's my fault, I suppose. But anyway, hopefully this will keep your reputation in check while you level up your initial speech. Then, once you have enough speech and you have enough perks and stuff to have a much higher charisma, then you're good to go to the final boss, basically, of leveling up speech, was the guy that we saw in the beginning of the video. But before you do any of that, there's something you need to do, and you should do it before even farming this guy, because you're going to feel like an idiot if you don't, because you'd have to be insane to level speech without it. It's miserable leveling speech without it. So what you need to do is go to your alchemy and level up your alchemy. I have a video on leveling alchemy if you need help with it at all. But you need to go into the town of Troskowitz and just pick random herbs from right in front of the apothecary and then go turn them into potions. Level up your alchemy until you can get the Secret of Secrets perk, which you can get at level 16 alchemy. This will let you make exceptional quality potions. Now, this is very important and is super, super nice for what we're going to do in order to level us up faster. Now, we need to go to this place. So this is pretty easy, pretty early on. It's Trotsky Castle. So just do the main story. If you don't have it unlocked, you'll get unlocked real soon after the wedding stuff and another quest or two. We need to go to this exact location right here. And then we're going to head up to here. If you've never been in here before, let me guide you through this. So there's a crazy series of stairs that we're going to go up. So go up this, wrap around, and then head up this. And then there's another set over here. And then we're going to run straight through here, come around here, up these stairs, up here, through this door, another set of stairs, and then there's this room. Now, currently there's nobody in here. You can wait till night. You can do this however, but we need to, I think it was this chest. You can go to this chest, and there's a recipe for fox. So this is the way to get the recipe for fox in the Trotsky region. You're definitely going to want to take that, and you're going to want to learn that. So final location right there. If you're in the next region, then there's some place that you can just buy, like shop or an alchemist somewhere, an apothecary or something like that. Once you have that, you're ready to go and make a fox potion. So in order to do this, you're going to need alchemy level 16. You're going to want Secret of Secrets. Ideally, get Dark Arts Apprentice too. And then you're going to go back to Troskowitz. Go here to get to an alchemist bench, or would use whichever one you prefer to use. And then you're going to wait until just after midnight. And also, you're going to need some ingredients. So let me mention those ingredients real fast as well, because otherwise there's no point in being here till after midnight. You're going to need St. John's wort, nettle, belladonna, and charcoal. So nettle you can find just north of town right along this road. You'll find it all along this road. You can get a bunch of it there. And also, you can find it up where the belladonna is, which is right here. The belladonna is kind of hard to spot. If you need help with that, I have a video specifically showing the belladonna farms in this location. But it should be somewhere right around where this cross here is. It kind of looks like a normal bush on the ground with some berries on it. Then I think there's like 1 or 2 right here. There's some over here. And I think like another one over here or something along those lines. And there's some over here. I couldn't find them again the second time. So you can belladonna there, or you can buy all of them. St. John's wort you can find over, some of them in the garden over by Bozena's house, whatever her name was. You can also find them up at the, there's an apothecary, an herbalist up here. And he has a garden full of St. John's wort if you want to go get them yourself. If not, just go buy them. I personally just buy them, but whichever way you want to do it. Charcoal, I just buy it. I don't know if there's a way to get charcoal without just buying it. I just buy it. You can get all the ingredients like that. Now, the alchemy for this one, let me take a look at this one. I'm trying to remember if this is the insane one or if this is the easy one. So you're going to need to learn that recipe. You go to your inventory and you hold a button at the bottom left in order to learn it, just holding X on a PlayStation controller. And then it'll be in your recipe book. So this is the one where, okay, this one's pretty easy. So you're going to grind St. John's wort and nettles together. And it's 1 St. John wort, 1 nettle. And then you're going to add them to the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. And then you're going to grind charcoal, add it to the cauldron, and then you're going to add belladonna. And all this is going to take place in a thing of oil. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this because you're only going to get the buff from this if you make the Henry's version. So you're going to need those perks. And let me tell you, man, if you're going to level up speech, this is so worth it to do. You'd be insane not to do it because the potion gives you 50% increased XP. Oh, I just already messed this thing up, didn't I? I have to grind these, wasn't it? I'm trying to talk while doing this. Yeah, I have to grind them. Hold on, I have to reset it. So making this potion will give you... hold on, let me put that on. And then it was St. John's wort and nettle. And then I needed charcoal. There we go. So making this potion will give you 50% increased XP gains for 2 days of in-game time. But the catch is you have to make the Henry's version, which means you have to do this without making any mistakes. So you have to make this almost flawlessly, which is why you want to get all the perks. Oh, whoops, I did this earlier. Let me pour this in the dish. I thought the oil's gone now. Okay, we're going to add oil. Anyway, you're going to want to do this at night with that perk. I think there's some other perks that decrease the odds of making bad potions if you make mistakes. You want to get all those things that you can get, okay? So I'm going to show you how to make a perfect one then. So we're going to grind up the St. John's wort and the nettle. Then we're going to blow the bellows. And then we're going to lower the cauldron. And then we're going to flip the sand glass. Now, the sand glass, if you do it fast like that, it's going to be not enough time for a full turn. It needs 2 turns. So you're going to wait for it to run out and then give it a moment. So it's out, flip, and then we're going to do the same thing again. It's kind of dark in here. Was I supposed to like light a torch while cooking? Jeez. Okay, so the sand glass is about to run out. And it's out. And then lift. Something along those lines. Then what we do is we take the charcoal and we grind that. Okay. And then we add that to the cauldron. Now, I could also show you the Mintha thing, but we'll talk about that later. I'll have a video for that. I'd rather direct you guys to that video because that one's a bitch to make, and I don't want to make this video too long. So the final thing is take belladonna and just throw it in. No grind, no nothing. And then boil for 1 more turn. So let's see. Boil for 1 turn, yeah. So I'm going to blow the bellows. I'm going to drop the cauldron. And then we're going to flip the sand glass. And then we're going to wait. And then once it runs out, we're going to let it just sit for just like a half second or a second before actually lifting. So it's about to run out, and then lift. Something along those lines. And this one was a pour. So we don't need to distill this. Once we're at this point, we take the vial and we pour. Now, hopefully I didn't mess anything up because it's really hard to do this while also explaining it to you and talking. But that's what we're doing. So let's see what we got here. Henry's Fox. There we go. So that's what we want. I actually need more of those because they're so amazing. I wanted to stock up anyway, so this video is kind of a win-win for me. Anyway, so we go into our inventory now. We go look at it, and we have Henry's Fox. This thing will increase reading speed and increases the amount of EXP gained for 50% for 2 days, or by 50% for 2 days. So if you're going to grind this speech thing, make sure you have a bunch of Henry's Fox, because speech takes forever. Even with this method, speech still takes, like, I would say going 10 to 30 is going to take you like 3 to 4 hours or something like that, maybe 5 or 6 even. But if you have this thing going, then you're going to reduce that to like, 2 or 3 or 4 instead of 6 or whatever it is. It's going to dramatically reduce this. After that, you are ready to go. So now, the torch out here, what we got to do is head up to Trotsky Castle. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead, though. So now we're going to wait till just after 9. That's when this guy shows up at first. And then we're going to go to right here. I'm going to show you how to get here because it's a little bit confusing. We've never done it before. So there's this building right here. I'm going to go in here. Hopefully my eyes will stay open so you guys don't get lost. Head straight through here. And then go up these stairs. There comes another blink. And let him blink. Okay. Now we're going to go up these stairs. And don't worry, there's a bed up here. So the only thing you're missing now is food. So you're going to want to get a bunch of food before doing this. And what I would recommend for the food is go down to Troskowitz, go to the butcher, and either steal a bunch of meat or buy a bunch of meat, and then go to the drying rack that's in that alchemy bench area and dry all that meat. Or you can just buy some cooked meat here at the trader or something. But ideally, you're going to want a bunch, and the butcher has a bunch. You just want to dry it so it'll last more than 1 day. Anyway, we're going to head up in here. And in here, there's a bed. If there's someone in the bed, it means you need to do another main story mission, okay? And I don't know, maybe late game this will be different. So I don't know if you've like almost beaten the game and come back to here. I have no idea what to expect then. But if you go in here, there should be a guy in here named Father Nicodemus. And this man is going to teach you the art of speech. He actually teaches you speech one time, gets you like 1 level. But once you get up here, you're going to save. You also want to bring some savior schnapps. I should have said that. That'll be nice. It'd bring some of those because you can't save by sleeping in this bed. And then once you have all that, you have all that set up, be sure to drink one of the Henry's Fox. Okay, I drank one of those. Now we get more XP. And now we're good to grind. Now there's a method to this if you don't want to lose rep. So now we're in a scary situation if you want to preserve your reputation. Because if you knock this guy out, you are going to lose rep. Because there is no way to get him back up where then you can talk to him and calm him down and negotiate with him. So you can't let him knock out, which I don't know if that sounds hard or not. It's not that hard. It's just about, you know, not being too greedy. So you start off, he's full health. It's easy. This is also going to depend on your unarmed skill. So if your unarmed skill is like 30, you're not going to be able to get speech as fast because you're going to beat the hell out of him way too fast. But if your unarmed skill is like 10, it's going to be a lot easier. By the way, my unarmed skill was like 12 when I started leveling up my speech this way, and now it's 18. So I gained like 6+ levels of unarmed from just beating the shit out of Father Nicodemus. Anyway, so now the play is you want to hit him twice. So you're going to punch him and then punch him again. The second punch makes him engage with you and allows you to ask him to surrender. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to want to either use the top option or the bottom option, whichever one is closer to, I think, I know for this option is 21. You need 21 charm. I assume it's 21 as well for the top one, but I don't remember because I've been using this one for the last like 10 levels of me leveling. But anyway, we'll say, can't you forgive me? Now, mine's 29 right now, so I'm not going to get any XP from this. But that's what you would pick. Okay, so now, if you have way too high, what you can do is you can go to your inventory, and you can go to your armor, and you can start taking things off. Okay, so we're going to take off, you know, a bunch of stuff. Okay, took off all that. Now I'm naked and stuff. So now we're going to punch him. Be sure to bring some money in case you can't convince him. So now, oh God, I got the glitch. Hold on. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. There's a glitch that can happen when you do this too much where the menu will disappear after a second. So we're going to see if it doesn't happen again here. Okay, so I have 19 charm. Now I'm going to fail if I do this. See, fail. It's too low. So I'll pay the compensation. Be sure to bring some money in case you mess this up. Or save your game and just load or whatever if you don't want to lose rep. Because otherwise, what are your choices? You're going to run off and go, you know, tell the guards. You're going to pay rep then. Anyway, so now we can put on, say, the hat. Now we try again. Okay. Now it's 20. Okay. 20 is enough. It just depends because there's fractions underneath of it. So, you know, it's 20.5 or something like that. So whatever it is, I'm at it now. I'm good enough to do it now. So what we're going to do now is take a look. So we got our skills. We got, not our skills, our stats. And we have speech. And we have 538. Okay, hit him once, hit him twice, I surrender, and then say, can't you forgive me? Okay, now we're going to take a look again. So it was 538 before, and now it's 575 because whatever it was supposed to give plus the 50%. Right now, this is like, I am set up on the ideal situation here where I am like perfectly min-maxed charisma and gear in order to get just barely enough to convince him. So he's going to give like maximum that he can give right now for me. So with this way, with this exact setup, if you get this lucky, then you'll be able to get probably like level 10 or something all the way to level 30 or 15 all the way to 30 in, I don't know, probably 2 hours or 3 hours or something. Maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3, I would imagine. As you level up your speech, though, your charisma will also go up, though, so you'll have to keep readjusting as you level and take pieces off and, you know, change different things and stuff. But you just want to keep it around 21 on that, you know, on right here. Mine says 20. You want to keep it 21 or close to it. But yeah, so let me do this one more time, and then we'll see where we're at. And then we got to talk about his health. You don't want to lose your rep. So let me look now. We were at 538. Now we're at 800. I have this so min-maxed right now. It's insane. All right, you'll know he's getting weak when he starts doing this. And if you want, you can save at a certain point. But generally, when he does this, he's still got a decent amount of health left, depending on how good your unarmed skill is. Also, I did not convince him there. So that's probably why you want 21, even though you get a little bit less XP, because apparently there's a chance that he'll still blow you off. So let me put on, let's put that on and take this. Oh, no, those are both plus 30. Oh, geez. Put them both on and see what the charisma is. Oh, 25. No, that's way too much. Okay, we're going to have to do something lighter. So we're going to take off one of these, and then we're going to put on something that gives 2. Oh, I need a Gambeson first. Okay, hold on. We're going to put on something that gives something else. 3. Nope. Oh, well. We'll try something that gives 12. All right, let's see what we got now. Oh, 26. All right, so you see, it's kind of a pain. But anyway, about his health, what you want to watch out for is you want to, once he's hunched over, depending on your unarmed skill, you'll be able to do this another maybe, I don't know, 8 to 12 times or something, maybe 15. And so, like, now that I've beaten him down a bunch, I would probably save my game now. And then just to test, and once you get a feel for it, for your unarmed skill and how fast he's going to go down, then you're good to go. You kind of know. So what you can do here now is once, say he's like almost done, you can see here, you can sleep, you can eat, you can rest. Now in my case, I need to rest, so I'm going to lay down. And we're going to rest until the afternoon. He sometimes comes back in the evening, and just a few hours of rest is enough for him to heal up a decent amount. So we're going to see if he's up here now. It looks like he's not. Yeah, he's not. So we're going to wait another 2 hours and see if he shows up. And if not, then you'll have to wait till the next day. He doesn't always show up again after you beat him up. Okay, here he is. And so then you would just beat him up again. And you see he's actually healed now. He heals. So you can do this twice a day generally. And then get into where he's almost beat up again. And then after he's almost, once he's really beat up again, you know, you'll sleep overnight. You'll wait till after 9 a.m. and he'll be back here again, and then you just kind of repeat the process. Also, sometimes he'll be down the stairs as well, so you can look for him down here if you can't find him, and maybe you can find him more times a day then. And that's pretty much it, guys. With all those things combined, using the Henry's Fox and using this guy and the other guy, if you do it right, then you should be able to get this to where you can hit max level speech in, like, I don't know, 2 hours or less or something. It depends on which way you do it, and it's a little luck and, you know, mixed matching gear. It took me literally, like, just off the recording, I think it took me like 5 or 10 minutes just to find another gear combo that gets me 21 charisma, specifically when talking to him with the perks that I have. So I had to do all that again, but then I was able to get it working again, and then I'm able to beat him up again and keep on getting my speech XP. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I had made a previous one. Oh, there we go. I actually failed, of course, but I made a previous one that was, you know, of the same vein as this one. But I figured out a better way to do it. I've had time now to refine it. And now if you want to get your speech up, you can. Just a few things to let you know, though, about it. So if you do decide to get your speech up like this, just keep in mind that depending on the type of player you are, this could either ruin the game or it could make it more fun. The main reason that you would consider doing this, in my opinion, is just so you can see the different dialogue options that were locked before by not having enough speech. So if you want to get this early out of the way just for that reason, that's probably the real main reason to do this, is just so that you can win any speech skill check in the game while doing the main story and see all the dialogues you never got to see on your first playthrough. Or if you haven't played through yet at all, then the whole playthrough, you'll be able to pick the really fun dialogue options. But, you know, it might take the fun out of the game, so be aware. So it's up to you whether or not to do it. But if you do want to level up your speech somehow, instead of the normal way of just playing the game and then having it not be to level 30 even by the end of the game. Another thing you can do also in general, the way you're supposed to level up speech, by the way, is reading books as well. I think that's another thing you can do, but the main thing is just doing stuff like this. But hopefully helped you out, guys. If you're looking for a way to level up speech, that's going to be the methodologies to use. I hope this video was able to help you out, guys. If you were trying to get speech level 30 early on or even late in the game, now you know the fastest way to level up speech in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.